Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Dark Art Society podcast. I'm your host Chet, and today we have Zombienose, also known as Chris Walker, on the podcast. Chris and I worked together for many years in the effects industry. He's super talented, super creative, and really funny, great person. And so, we just talked about the old days at working at Rick Baker's, and he talks about his time in the industry and how he moved on to the stop motion industry, and very interesting guy. So that's coming up. Oh, before I forget, please share, hit the like button, subscribe. We're coming up on 4,000 YouTube subscribers, so that's kind of cool. Also, if you want to support the podcast, you can go to patreon.com/darkartsociety and join for as little as $1. And we also have YouTube memberships enabled as well. If you want, you can become a YouTube member and you get all the benefits from the Patreon, plus some other ones. And let's see. Yeah. Oh, if you want to see what I'm up to, you can go to patreon.com/chetzar, and I post everything I'm working on there. What's going on in my life? Did I tell you I have a new grandson? I think maybe I mentioned it last time. Yeah, that was the big thing. Yeah, that was amazing. Super cool. His name is Nico. He's kind of perfect. So that's been going on. I got my taxes done. It's been the last month and a half. I've just been off the charts crazy with the baby being born and having to do with taxes and some other stuff I'm working on. That's just deadlines and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's pretty much what's up with me. I'm still kind of like trying to get back in the swing of things. I think that's it. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you join the Patreon, if you join the Patreon at the $5 level, or the YouTube, have a YouTube membership at the darker and above levels. We have dark, darker, and darkest for our levels on YouTube. You can get a 30% discount code for Skull Shop that makes the most amazing skulls. So 30% off of their already low prices, I think. So that's SKULLSHOPPE.com. They're our sponsor. There's nothing else. Did I cover everything? Why do I always do this? 7 years we've been doing this podcast, almost 7 years, and I still can't remember this stuff. Yeah. Oh, no, I did forget. See? Okay. I forgot to mention also, if you join on the Patreon or on YouTube, you get your name read on the pod. And this week on Patreon, we have Grace Kerr, Curtis McDonald, and Adam Dean. Thank you so much for supporting the podcast. It keeps it free for everybody else. And, okay, that's it. Let's get on with it. Zombienose. Here you go. I hope you like it. Hi, Chris.
Hi.
That's nice. Where'd you get that?
I made it.
You made that? That's cool.
It was one of those vacuform masks, and I built it up with magic sculpins and teeth I bought off Amazon.
I love that shit.
Riveted the sides.
Very nice.
Painted my eyes and my nose when I wore it. It was for Halloween.
So how are you doing? Welcome to the show.
My cat's trying to get in, so that you might hear some banging.
Okay.
You can't stand it. I'm on the show!
Finally.
Yeah, I don't usually do stuff like this, but...
I know. Well, now you got to start. You have an art career. You have an art show coming up even, don't you?
Yeah, I have two.
You have two art shows.
Yeah.
And you gotta promote them.
Promote? Yeah, well, I have been on social media, but not as much as I used to, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I'm not on there as much either. But I still use it to promote. But you still, that you got to do the podcast circuit. So now
I didn't know there was a circuit.
This is it.
So once a month. Hey, buddy. Been a while. What are you drinking?
Bubble water,
Ah, yeah, yeah.
cherry flavored bubble water.
That sounds good.
It is. So tell me about your shows coming up.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm doing this All Hallows Art Fest. It's in Petaluma, California. It's a 1 day show. It's all specialty Halloween art. I sort of
Oh,
stumbled
cool.
into that's a circuit I sort of stumbled into was Halloween art
Yeah.
after doing all those gallery shows in LA and stuff. And then I came up here and I did a few gallery shows and I was like, I just want all the money, meaning I don't want to split it anymore.
Right.
And but if people invite me to shows, I'll still do them.
Hmm.
I asked to be a part of this one uh, next week, the All Hallows Art Fest, because I did it in the past, and it was kind of a fun thing to do. And my job's changed, and I had committed to this, and then I got busy with this new job that I can't talk about. But
Okay.
and then I have another show. Gosh, sorry, gotta put the readers on. I have another show. Oh, yeah. So All Hallows is next Saturday. And then I have another show October 3rd. It's running through October at the Rock, Paper, Scissors Collective Gallery in San Francisco.
Excellent.
So I moved out of California and I do
Yes.
California shows.
Where are you living now? So everyone
I'm
knows.
I'm outside of Portland, Oregon,
Right.
in what used to be the United States of America.
So okay,
And
for
it's not
people.
as crazy as they portray on the news. I don't. Maybe that should be said. I don't know if your audience knows it.
Oh, in Oregon.
It's weird, but it's not as like
Yeah.
crazy as they portray on the news.
Yeah, I know. Even LA is not that crazy. It's like I grew up here, and it's like you always hear everyone talking about, oh, LA's going insane. It's like not really. It's really not. It's always kind of been the same way, you know.
It's
It's
just
like
moments that get
yeah,
filmed
exactly,
and that's that. But
exactly.
yeah.
So for people who don't know, Chris and I used to be young once. We used to work together. We were pretty young when we worked together in our 30s, probably. Is that isn't
I used
that
to carpool. You forgot.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the carpool. That's right. We worked together at Rick Baker's, and I don't know if we worked together at any other shops. Was it only
Spectral.
Rick's?
We were at Spectral
Oh, okay.
Motion.
Right.
Uh, that was on Fantastic Four, but I didn't finish that movie. I had left on the. I can't remember. I think it was. I can't remember why I left. I think it was a. I think Jordy got a potential job that I wanted to, and it was for Michael Jackson, and I wanted to go see Neverland. But that all fell through because right around that time, all that child accusation stuff happened.
Right.
So it never happened. So didn't finish Fantastic Four.
Oh,
But we
wow.
were there. I don't know. We might have worked together to Topless.
On the cave?
The Cave. That's it. Yeah, yeah.
That's the show. That's the show where I said I can't take this anymore. I'm getting out of the industry.
Yeah,
It was so. I mean, Patrick was awesome. I was working. Steve Wang was the art lead. He was amazing.
mhm.
Cool people. It was just in the dead of summer, and we had to go paint. Do you remember we had to paint out in
I
that tent
remember.
outside,
I remember.
and next
Man,
was
that was
school?
like next to a school. Like, this can't be legal. And I remember at some point it rained because there's two
Oh
shows
yeah,
there. It was The Cave and I can't remember the other one, but it was raining and you guys were in that tent. I don't know if Tim Gore was there, but
yeah. Tim Gore
uh,
was painting.
and I remember like the extension cords were just running through puddles of rain into the tent. That's, like this is disaster waiting to
Yeah,
happen.
I was just, I was just like, I gotta get out. So that was when I made the decision, because I don't know if you remember back then, I was showing work at that point. So I was like going down to drop stuff off at Cannibal Flower, like on my
Yeah.
lunch break. Sometimes I'd have paintings in the back and I'd take them down. and I was getting a little bit of taste of sales in that world, and then it was the cave was just like this is the most miserable I've ever been working on a show. It was so hot and so disgusting, and working with that
Yeah.
rubber cement paint, and then there's like a school next to us. I'm like, I don't want to be a part of this. This is awful.
Yeah, it was not a great experience for me either. It's
Yeah,
like,
and it was
where's
just
the
like
spray booth?
super. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Here's the bay door.
Where's the spray booth? It's out there next to the school.
It's in that tent with those box fans.
I mean, to be fair, I'm sure it wasn't. It's not like we were painting the kids or anything. It was all going off in the air, but
Oh,
still, just
no.
the idea that you're painting this nasty stuff without a spray booth in 100+ degree weather, wearing hazmat suits and
Yeah. I was,
facial.
I think I was running polyurethane foam out there.
Oh, sounds like even more fun.
Oh, it was a blast. Loved it.
So anyway,
Dream
it's like
come true.
in a way that was it was good that I got that kick in the ass a little bit, because it really helped me make the decision to get out.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Then the decision was made for the rest of us just by the nature of it.
I know every once in a while I'd go like, oh man, I don't know if I should have left the industry. And it's like the longer it goes on, the more I just keep hearing people saying, oh man, there's no work, and you made the right decision to get out when you did. And I mean, I got laid off though. It's not like I even quit. I got laid off at Spectral, and I was like, well, I could either look
What
for
was the
another
last show at Spectral?
Land of the Lost.
Oh, Land of the Lost, right. Wow.
I
Is
was
that
doing
the
all kinds of. What's that?
last show? If I,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah. I
you
mean,
go back to K&B for a while or something?
no, I went back to, or not back to, for the first time. I went back to Spectral to work on that troll, that big troll head,
Oh, yeah,
mechanical
yeah.
troll head.
Hansel and Gretel or whatever?
Yeah, and then I went to what's that one shop? What's the shop? Tinsley,
Oh,
Christian
yeah.
Tinsley shop. I worked there. I think. I
Christian.
think. I think it was Christian's shop. Yeah, some alien thing. Me and God, I can't remember
This
anybody's
is, this
names.
is what all the chemicals have done.
Tell me about it, man. My memory's so bad. Anyway, yeah, so we have a history working together, and we used to be young, and now we're old,
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
but we're still friends. And yeah, we had some good times at Rick's, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. No, that was the highlight of
It
the
was
whole
so
thing.
fun. That was like the best.
It was like,
The
he had
best.
spray booths.
Yeah, he had an amazing, huge spray booth.
Yeah. And I like yeah, if Rick watches, hi, Rick.
Yeah,
Uh, I like the theming that he had in the graveyard and
yeah.
castle and all that. It was kind
It
of,
was
it's like
so.
going on a set every day to work.
Yeah, it was. It was super cool. Really great environment. Did you hear the episode he came on?
Yeah,
I
of
had him.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Yeah, he let loose on that episode.
it was great. I had people saying that's the best Rick Baker interview I've ever heard, because he was like getting all personal and stuff, which is really cool. Yeah, it was awesome. But anyway, so yeah, you were in that dark part of the shop working at
Oh, the
Rick's.
back, the seating
The
department.
seaming department.
Yeah.
And for people who don't know what seaming is, it's like everything that's in a multi-piece mold has little seam lines in it, so everything has to be cleaned up and patched, and it's a total pain in the ass, especially with silicone. And you were like the best silicone seamer in the business. Like, you were legendary for your silicone
No, no,
seaming.
no.
Yes, you were.
Let's correct this. I, I came through on some important times, so that, like, that's why people started saying that. But there's better people.
Yeah, whatever.
You just- you come-
All I know is that at Rick's you were considered like the guy, the silicone seaming guy.
Oh, because yeah, I had to do some of that Kazu stuff.
Yeah, anything but for Kazu's like got to be perfect.
He did hi Kazu if you're watching. He did what was that movie called? It was a sequel to the the Da Vinci Code, and
Oh
that's what it
yeah.
was. But there was a shot where like this thing goes into the mouth of this, it's all fake silicone stuff, and you get in there and like try to make that look right, because it's all assembled in different pieces. And but I will say, like once I got into stop motion, like everything's hyper focused onto small
Oh yeah.
scales. So, oh, God, and everything's like perfectly smooth.
Right.
And then you use the plastic trick. It was a little more. Kaz is very uh, he's very on with his stuff. He's very
He's a perfectionist.
perfectionist. But these had to be perfect because the camera's going in on this tiny little thing. So I'm getting older the whole time, and everything's becoming blurry the whole time.
They need
And
that.
you got to wear these Optivisor magnifying
Right.
just to see anything.
So you left. When did you leave FX?
Right after it was 2 weeks after Men in Black 3. They were still shooting, and I was like the last one in the shop.
Oh, that's right. That's
And
right.
I think so I'm like, well, what am I doing here? I told Brian Morishita to tell Rick, what am I doing? I could just have a vacation. So basically everything was done. I think they wanted me there in case they needed anything sent, but everything went. And uh, I had 2 weeks off. I got a call. Somebody I knew, Nikki Carey, had a job at Leica, and
Hmm.
it was on Paranorman. They needed somebody, and I went up there, and it was like, oh, I think it was like a 3 month gig, right? And then that became 9 months, and then like the next movie started up, and they're like, hey, you want to? And I'm like, ah, shit, yeah, I love Oregon. I don't know if okay, where am I going to go from Rick's? And
Yeah. Right.
uh, Rick did do Maleficent after that. And I was gonna like come back for that, but I ended up not. And I think I can't remember. I don't know what happened with that. I ended up staying up here, but I saw him at his art show at Halloween Town. uh,
Oh, right.
he's like, "Who?" And I told him, "Yeah, I'm gonna probably stay up there and work." And he said, "Who's gonna run my pieces for me?" I don't know, somebody.
Okay. Before.
I didn't plan on it. It was just kind of it was an opportunity that presented
Yeah.
itself, and then it's like, yeah, I don't know what else is happening down in LA.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
I was going back and forth for a while, but then I just
Oh.
stayed up here. Meaning I wasn't really going back and forth. I go down and I visit my mom, and I didn't go back to work there. I got calls, and they're like, oh, we didn't know you moved, and I can't do it. Sorry. Sorry.
Well, before
Interrupted.
I want to get into your movie work and your film work and especially your stop motion stuff. But first off, I mean, we've known each other a long time, and I don't really know your story about how you got into any of this stuff when
Really,
you
we
were a
never talked
kid.
about that.
I don't think
I
so.
think I
It's
think that
possible, but I don't. I have no memory of it, so it'd be like hearing it again for the first time.
well, I was always into it. Fangoria, come on. My mom would buy me those as a kid. She's like, here, read these, become an effects artist. I'm just kidding. No, I would nag her for that stuff, and like she got them for me. I was probably a little too young to look at some of that gory stuff, but I
Yeah.
was into it, man. I just from an early age. But my whole thing, our whole thing, probably, but I'm not sure about you. So I was just lucky I lived in Southern California.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been brave enough to move from Japan or
Right.
on the other side of the country or whatever. I just, and I didn't have the means for any of that.
Right.
I had, I went, I grew up in El Monte, California.
That's right.
You know where it's at?
Right down the road.
Yeah. I think Rob Bottin might have been from there or someone.
Yeah. And then Rick's from Covina.
Rick's from Covina, and that's where my mom lives
So all the cool people are out here.
now. Yeah. And I remember reading, in the 80s, I remember reading, oh, Rob Bottin from Royal High School, or I can't remember. I think it was Royal High School. It was in that area. And his teacher was talking about him. I'm like, oh, I know who that is. And yeah, that's that guy and that Rick Baker learned from him and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay. So, so how old are you?
well, that would probably start at like 10.
How
12,
old how old are
but
you now?
I was a teenager. I'm 52.
Okay, so 5 years younger than
We
me.
were young once.
So okay, that makes sense. Yeah, 5 years seems to be like the range that we're still kind of in the same generation as far as being influenced by things. Where it's like 10 year, the 10 year gap is more like that's more of like it seems like a younger generation, the way they got into FX and stuff like that.
Well, it
Different.
changed like how you would be exposed to it, I guess.
Yeah, and even the movies that they were watching stuff that we were watching in the
Right.
80s. They're watching, anyway, so
They grew
so
up on
just
video of
yeah,
everything.
right. So just for context. Okay, so you're a kid, you're into that stuff, you're into
And
Fango.
that stuff, no hope that I had no idea how to get into effects. And, I'll tell this story, but it's like, yeah, I don't know if it works like this anymore, but I, uh, it's, yeah, I don't even know if they have this anymore. I didn't know what to do with my life. I went through high school. I made masks. I made rubber masks.
Oh,
Whenever.
okay, so you were making the stuff when you were a teenager.
Yeah, yeah. I was kind of just interested about it. And then, at that time, there was no internet and stuff. And it's just the same story everybody tells. You find the books and the magazines and
Yeah.
um, what what did they call it in the back of Fangoria? Where it was like pen pals. That
Oh yeah, yeah. It was like classifieds for horror nerds, right? It was kind
yeah,
of like that sort of thing.
yeah. Well, anyway, uh,
Give messages to other nerds.
so after high school, and working at fucking Michael's or whatever. Pardon my cursing. Please don't
Okay.
curse. Uh, I took an ROP, Regional Occupational Program class. It was at this high school, Roland High School in, can't remember if it's Roland Heights, I guess. Maybe it was in Roland Heights.
Yeah.
Um, and what it was for 2D animation, which I also had an interest in, but they had the small group of people that were into makeup effects. And I happened to, I should have said, I went to a community college. I met a kid there and he told me about this program because he
I
was
seem to remember hearing about this program because
probably was in your
when we
neighborhood.
had when we had the mask company, which was in Monrovia, the
Ghost Factory?
Ghost Factory,
Yeah.
we would hire
Ah,
kids at a high school to do paint masks, and a lot of them or some of them mentioned this program. There was some program in that area,
right.
which was really unusual.
Yeah, it was weird. And I met a guy there that worked for Ghost Factory. I just don't remember his name.
Oh, I don't remember.
Uh,
Probably don't remember their names anyway.
well, it was a kind of a cool class because this was sort of during the renaissance of like animation, 2D animation. So
Mm,
everybody's doing it and they were going off and getting hired at Disney and all that. And they were doing this program or exhibit for a children's museum opening in Washington. I think Washington, D.C. I'm not sure. It was in Washington. And so the guys that were interested in effects were tasked with making these, I don't know, 3 or 4 foot statues of Warner Brothers characters because it was all animation themed. And
mm,
I think Chuck Jones, the anime, all the old Bugs Bunny stuff,
mm.
was somehow in charge of it or something. And he came through and I got to meet Chuck Jones. It was
Oh
cool.
wow,
Shook the hand of Chuck Jones. This
wow. He hasn't watched it since.
and uh it was funny. So we made these. I made Elmer Fudd, and sorry, my cat's still trying to get in. I made Elmer Fudd, and somebody else made Bugs Bunny, and Elmer Fudd's pointing his gun at Bugs Bunny, and were loading these things onto the plane to be shipped, and they dropped the crate or something. So all these, maybe it was just a couple statues, but they were smashed to smithereens, and that was it.
What were they made out of?
They were made of resin. We didn't really know what we were doing, so we got like some money for materials, and it was cool because I learned to make this multi-piece matrix mold.
Oh wow.
And I separated pieces like the build and the gun, and so I got to use silicone and make this big, sort of convoluted mold. Uh, and it all worked out great, but we didn't really know how to use resin or anything, and it just smashed. It should have been made in fiberglass, but I hadn't done fiberglass at that point.
Right.
But anyway, it's ROP program, and then through there I met a couple.
What happened? What happened when the when the statues got smashed?
Well, that was it. They had no exhibit. I think they just had 2D stuff that the
Oh my god, that's
animation students
sad.
did. Yeah, it was funny. I have pictures, but I only made one. um,
Okay. Anyway.
anyway, and I met some guys there, and one of them, I think Gabe, got a job at where you were working at Tony Gardner's Alterian.
Oh, oh, Gabe, did you say?
Gabe,
I
yeah,
know that guy. Yeah,
and
I
he
remember
took
that
us on a
guy.
tour, and I met you
Are you
there,
serious?
and you don't remember. Yeah, you had your septum ring still, and
Before my dog ripped it out of my nose.
is that what happened?
Yeah, he's playing with me and his eye tooth
Ah,
caught and it like stretched it out because it has like a divider,
uh-huh.
and it like, so it was like a C shape. So it didn't rip through, but it ripped it pretty good and it was
Oh,
bleeding. It was pretty bad. And I just took it out and then I did never put it back in.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. Anyway.
Uh,
Wow. That may be why I felt like I don't know. I always felt like you weren't not an unfamiliar person to me. And I always kind of thought, well, maybe it's because he looks like someone I know, but I bet you it's because I met you before.
yeah, because I remember when we met again at Rick's on Grinch. If you,
Yeah, that was my first show there.
yeah, mine too.
Painting ears.
You were talking to Mitch,
Uh,
and I came up. I don't know if Mitch was saying something to me. I came up, and then you and I started talking. It was like, oh, we just known each other forever or whatever.
uh,
Uh, but that's,
cool.
yeah, I don't think you ever remember. I didn't think you remember meeting, but I remember meeting you. You kind of just, you're like, almost like
I wasn't nice?
very serious. Very,
Really?
yeah. Not at Rick's, at Alterian.
Wow.
When
I
I first,
wonder why. That's so not like me.
Gabe's like, hey, Chet, here's Chris. Oh, and Lilo. I had met Lilo at the same ROP program. So if he ever talked about it, that's the place.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, okay. Right, right, right.
yeah. But anyways, then from there I went.
I
Uh,
wasn't mean, was I?
no, no, you just
Okay.
didn't.
I was just serious.
You didn't seem overjoyed to see me.
Okay, here I will say this. I'm making it all about me now. I will say this is that
Yes,
I was way more shy back then. Like I didn't get over my shyness until after working at Rick's. Like I remember when I first worked there, I was so fucking nervous and like so shy. People thought, I forget, one of the hair girls was like, maybe Diana or something, was like, you seem so mean. I was like, I was just like kept to myself and I was just like totally shy. So that's probably, I
That's
developed that skill to be able to talk to people
when you walk through
later
the
in life.
halls. I was like, oh God, this guy hates me. And
Are are you serious?
it wasn't until that I started talking with you and Mitch that I was like, oh, this guy's awesome. He's fine. But
Yeah, people thought I was mean, but it was like I didn't know anybody there except Mitch and a couple other people, but I didn't even know them that well. And I just was like in this new environment. I'd only worked one place, Alterian, for 10 years, my whole career pretty much. And so I just was like, I hated that feeling of just not knowing anybody and not really knowing how to talk to people. So I guess I came across as
so you started a
serious.
podcast.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I had to get over that when I started doing gallery shows. I had to
Oh
start
yeah.
forcing myself to go to shows and learning how to talk to people. And then I was able to, it's like a skill like anything else.
I think
But
that's another
man,
reason I haven't done a lot of gallery shows.
yeah. So anyway, okay.
That's always
So,
like,
so
anyway.
your illustrious career.
Oh
Back,
yeah. So where did I end? Um,
Lilo, you met Lilo there at that
yeah, yeah. Okay.
program.
So then I think Gabe or Tom Ovenshire. I don't know if you've ever met him.
Oh, I know that name.
He's a tall guy.
Where
Uh,
do I know him from? I know that name for sure.
well, he was part of that group of like effects guys that I
Okay.
stumbled into. But uh, one of those guys got a job at Optic Nerve, and then they were hiring, and then I got in at Optic Nerve on my first official show, the pilot for Friends.
Doing what?
One of the characters, like a natural history museum guy or something, and uh, Optic Nerve was owned by Everett Burrell and John Volich,
Hmm.
um, the late John Volich, and
Rest in peace, John Volich.
yeah, and I think all they had, I can't remember. What I remember doing is taking a snap off a mannequin. But basically, what the job was is they were making cavemen out of mannequins, so that they had some
Oh, okay.
museum displays in the background or whatever. Uh, I think that was the first thing, from what I remember.
What did you get hired specifically to do, and just kind of
I,
make
I don't know.
whatever?
I ended up bringing a foam runner there after. And Nikki kind of showed me this guy Duke Cullen, who I also met through that
Oh
group.
yeah,
You know Duke,
Duke.
right?
Duke. Yeah, Duke. I worked with for years at Alterian.
Yeah, he was a pretty good guy.
Yeah, he was
He
great.
kind of showed me how to run foam latex uh, in his apartment in Pasadena. So I
For the
kind of
days,
already
man.
had knew I kind of had some knowledge of stuff to do. I don't know if I don't remember what the specific was, but that's what the thing was. So I did that and I cast a core and I don't know, I was really green. I think it's I learned something from that though, because I remember I had cracked the splash coat on the positive and Everett like took it out and he like soaked it with water and sanded it and he got it all to be one sort of I cracked it because I was pressing too hard when I was reinforcing it, but
Oh, right,
he,
right.
he was able to sort of remedy that. And I was like, oh, there's another trick to learn.
Yeah, that's
No
great.
internet yet.
I did that on one of my first jobs at MMI, working for John
Oh,
Beekler at Cellar
yeah.
Dweller.
I was thinking about him today. I didn't work for him, but
Oh man, you missed out. I made a mold, an arm mold of Cellar Dweller, and I made it too thin, and I pried it open and totally broke the mold.
oh yeah,
And
yeah.
John Criswell was so pissed; he was like all yelling at me.
John Criswell was. Oh, was he doing like mechanics for it or something? Or?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But they fixed it. Just same thing. Anyway,
Cellar
continue,
dweller.
continue
Continue.
with your life story. So,
Oh,
you, so,
I
so
got
optic
called.
nerve.
Yeah, I got called back to Optic Nerve, and then for I think it was the second season of Babylon 5, and worked with those guys there, Mike Meismer and um, Mark Arborino came in at some point.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Mm-hmm.
But John Wheaton was the main artist there.
Right.
Uh,
So you were a foam runner?
met I became a foam runner there.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
realize you were a foam runner.
yeah, that's what I was doing on Grinch Rigs. I was
Oh,
working with
really?
Roland.
Oh,
Roland got me in
okay.
there because I had worked with Roland at Greg Canham's, and
Okay.
he knew me. And then,
Rest in peace, Greg Canham.
yeah, God, poor Greg. He was a good guy.
Crazy. Yeah, everyone loved him. Everyone
Very
loved him.
important
Yeah,
sex
he was
industry.
amazing.
Uh, Last time I saw him was at Roland's. When I I was still in LA, and Roland had started his RBFX. Greg came by, and he was doing an appliance for an advertisement for the show Face Off. I think they filmed at his studio. Is after
Right.
got it back from can't remember whatever studio. I mean, that's a whole other scandal, but uh,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
yeah, and I saw him there, and he had lost weight, and he looked good, and he just said, kind of sort of said hi, and
I never met him. I don't think I ever met
he's a
Greg.
super nice guy.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I went well after Optic Nerve. I worked there on like Power Rangers, the movie, and the TV show Revised. Uh, and hmm, what else? Well, I can't remember. Oh, we started Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I left early in that first season of Buffy. But like everybody else they were dropping like flies, man. I was, um, but then I went to Greg Adams from there, and I,
Okay.
I spent like a year at Greg Adams on a couple different shows. But Uh,
Running foam there.
I was running foam, yeah, because Roland left at that point, and I think he went to Rick's. He might have went Stan's or Rick's. You'd have to ask him. So because he was that's where I met Roland. I met him there, and then he left during the first Blade movie.
So he kind of trained you on how he runs foam.
Well, I was already running foam, and he came to Optic Nerve because we were doing a commercial for Fanta, and it had this appliance where people stretch their cheeks like Brazil, that effect in
Uh
Brazil.
huh.
And the foam was getting like gel chunks in it, and none of that setup was ideal. It had a nice room with air conditioning, but it's fucking Southern California, so it's always fucking hot. But I was getting gel chunks and didn't quite know why. And John Vulich kind of freaked out, and he called Roland because he worked with Roland at Cams as well. And that's when I met him because Roland came in to sort of advise on the
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, yeah.
And
Roland is the best foam runner
he knows
in the
foam.
world. He's
Yeah,
like all about running foam. And for people who don't know about effects, foam latex is not. It's not an easy thing to do. And that's that was I was thinking, man, you ran foam for all these shows. That must have been like kind of high pressure. Because I was always I did when I was a kid I did R&D foam. Remember R&D foam?
yeah.
And
I
that was
ran that at
easy because
Optic.
it was like what's that?
I ran that at Optic
Oh
and
wow.
stuff.
'Cause
Yeah.
that's an easier foam system, and you mix it. You have to like add this gelling agent, the foaming agent, and then mix it for a certain amount of
Right.
time, and you time
R&D
it.
was just like an A and B or something, wasn't it? Just
Yeah,
it's just like a
yeah.
two part.
It might have been a 3 part, or maybe it had
Uh,
gelling agent in it
I
too.
remember it was tougher. It was like a
Yeah, it wasn't as soft, but you couldn't get the anyway. It's a super pain in the ass to run foam. It's like you have to really know what you're doing. So I never did anything other than R&D foam because I was too scared because it's just like it's so technical and so finicky, and you had to have the air
yeah, humidity,
humidity
temperature,
control, and yeah,
all
because it
that
would
stuff.
just set up on you.
Difficult.
You'd be mixing it and it would just set up all of a sudden in your bowl anyway. So
Oh, I had
that's
that happen on Power Rangers. We went to Screaming Mad George's because he had a big oven. They didn't have one at Optic, and we were doing a suit. It was like a muscle suit, and uh, so I was running these two big the Hobarts of the giant mixers
yeah.
at the same time to have enough to put in to this giant body mold on this big stunt guy. And I was talking with Hiroshi Katakiri and got distracted. And I had already poured the gel in, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, Julio. Oh, yeah, sure, I'm supposed to do this, And it ain't going anywhere. One of them like gelled within the beater itself. The beaters are like this big. But it's so long ago, nobody knows, and nobody will care now. Scream Mad
Right.
doesn't live in the States anymore. So,
Oh wow. Yeah, I
uh,
remember that there was a story about somebody at Rick's who opened the 55-gallon drum to fill up some silicone because they were going to make a mold, and they went and they started talking to somebody, and they forgot about it and it just went over, and it's just like tons of nasty silicone base all over the floor, and they had to like try and clean it up before Rick got back.
it wasn't when we were there, was it?
No, it was before. It's like a shop lore.
Yeah. That kind of stuff happened all the time.
Oh yeah, that's part of the whole process. Fucking up.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell all of those stories.
Yeah.
As Bukowski says, I'm the hero in my stories. Uh, well, then, yeah, I went to from Optic to Canums, and then I think I went to then I went to somewhere in long. I think I went to Kevin Yeager's around
Oh,
there, and worked on Bride of Chucky, and that's where I learned silicone seaming. And they had me doing a lot, but I hadn't really done. I did the silicone seaming for the first time at Greg Canham's on that Pearl. It's this big fat thing that Miles Tevis, big giant, like a Jabba the Hutt human,
oh wow.
in Blade. It's in Blade. It's like the big vampire. Uh, so I had to learn how to do it there.
Oh,
And but on Bride of Chucky, I got really good at it because I had to do all the arms and all the head skins and
is that when you're using the
make a
plastic
mold.
Is that where you learned the
No, no,
plastic?
no. I had read about that. I think that was an English technique or something. I don't know. I had
Oh,
read about
really?
it. I didn't really start doing it until I got went to Leica, and they were
Oh,
all
okay.
about that kind of thing. But yeah, I got that. I mean, you get stuff machine smooth with that process. If you do it
Yeah.
right, you got to learn how to use.
Yeah, it's silicone is very difficult to seam.
Yeah, and then as you're taking me down memory lane, I knew you would ask about about this, but it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Canham's Kevin Yeager, uh, which was cool because I got to see Freddy Krueger and the Crypt Keeper and all that.
Right.
Uh, where did I go from there? I think I went to Stan Winston's after that.
Oh, I didn't know you worked at Stan Winston's.
Yeah, I worked there a couple different times on some TV show, and then I worked a little bit on Galaxy Quest towards
Oh,
it.
wow.
I got to see the famous display room and all that. Years later, I did work at Legacy on a commercial once, but uh,
Never worked at either of those places.
yeah, I wasn't at Stan's long enough to actually like meet him or anything. He just kind of came in the morning. They have morning meetings, like good morning with his coffee cup.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember those morning
but
meetings.
I went to Rick's after that on Grinch, so that was like brought me up from Friends to, to the Grinch, and
So
then
what did you do? What were you hired to do at Rick's?
Foam, because I had met Roland,
Oh,
and
oh,
and
oh, and that
he
was before he was. Or no, you were assisting. You were assisting Roland on
I
foam.
was assisting Roland. Yeah, yeah, we were
Okay.
part of his team on the Grinch and Planet of the Apes, and then
John Calpin, was he also on your team?
John Calpin, and hi John. And then I can't remember if it was Planet of the Apes. One of them I moved into the CME department because they needed help with something, and then I stayed there for a while. Uh, then in between there somewhere, I worked at Steve Johnson's.
Oh, no way.
I think there must have been time off in between
Mm-hmm.
some of that stuff. Yeah, I worked a lot at Steve Johnson's.
Oh,
Maybe
I
that
didn't
was
know that.
after Greg Canham's. I can't quite remember, but yeah, that all the stories are true.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were you offered drugs and strippers and no
Uh,
comment?
all the stories are true. Nothing's. I wasn't. I didn't get to know anybody very well there. Let's put it.
Yeah, it's probably better.
Uh, but they knew their stuff. Bill Bryan was really good at stuff, and I was like, "Oh, you're the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Hey,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm my
That guy's
DVD."
he's
Oh, I
cool.
worked at Tom Berman's too. I think that might have been
Damn,
again. I don't remember with that, but he had some great stories about old Hollywood.
I bet.
And that's I met Vincent there, Vincent Van Dyke, who's like has his own shop and stuff now.
Yeah, he does
Um,
great stuff.
yeah, he's really good. Tom Flouse. Tom Flouse
Tom
I met at Patrick Tatopoulos.
Tom, Tom Flouts I met at Beekler's.
Not be clears.
Yeah, it was before he was like the paint god.
Now he's a makeup god, though, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Uh, but at Steve's, I got to meet Fernando and Margaret Prentice, and like, oh, you guys worked Rob Bottin's, and
Yeah, you worked on the thing. Oh my god.
so that was kind of fun. And I don't know. Anyway, after I was at Rick's, then you probably it's the same as your career at that point. We were just at Rick's for several years.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think I was there 5 years. I mean, if you came, I came at on the Grinch,
I was there on the
and
Grand.
I
That's my
stayed
first.
there until the shop closed down,
Yeah,
which I think was like 5 years later. I think
yeah. Well, he closed, and then he
reopened for
for yeah for. Oh,
small.
you know what? They did a movie there. I think you were there for called Cursed. They never
Yeah,
finished,
I think that was the last thing I worked on.
and it went to K&B. I worked at K&B too.
Damn, you worked
On Narnia.
everywhere.
I was running foam latex there. Um, on Narnia, I can't remember. It was Narnia. There might have been something else. Oh, Mist, The Mist, the
Oh, cool.
Frank Darabont movie.
Yeah,
Uh, he came through. I saw him.
I saw him on the Blob. That was like he wrote the
Oh yeah.
Blob.
Wow. See, the Bob. That was a good one.
Yeah,
That's the one I want
yeah.
to work on.
yeah, it was like, he's just a writer. He's a cool guy, but I didn't know anything really about him. He ends up being this super genius guy who made The Walking Dead and The Mist, and
That's right. He did Walking Dead as well,
did
didn't
he
he?
do The Green Mile? Maybe
Yeah. He did Shawshank Redemption. Did he do
Shawshank,
Green
which is
Mile?
like, I don't know, but yeah, Shawshank, I think is what I'm thinking. That was like the best Stephen King
I guess I
movie.
just missed my friend.
I miss my old friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's that dude's amazing.
Yeah. I think that was my effects career. Then I went, yeah, Rick got Men in Black 3, and
Which got called to work on, but I couldn't do it.
I thought you came through, and I remember asking, "Hey, you're going to start on this thing or not?" I'm like, "Yeah, maybe. I don't know if maybe if they call me."
I
I
couldn't
thought
do it. I forget what. There was something. I was doing some other project. I was so bummed because I
I
really
think
wanted.
they ended up using your pretzel guy from.
Yeah, they shot it. It's in the movie.
Yeah.
Finally,
I don't know how many years has been going.
it was just like made the suit, mechanized it. It was all done, and then it was like, okay, we're putting this in storage and then they pull it out on the Men
Yeah.
in Black 3 and used
Yeah.
it. Amazing.
Yeah. They had some masks that Jordu had done. I think were in all of the movies or something, but at
Yeah,
least I remember seeing them. They were in the display room.
that was a
There's a
fun.
funny story. I forgot. I've told before to other people, but I don't know if I've told you on the Haunted Mansion movie, the um, Eddie Murphy movie. Did I tell you this story?
I don't know, but I worked on it too. I was there with you.
So at one point they were doing like visual effects tests, and they wanted to test the makeup because it's going to be like transparent ghost stuff. A lot of people in the
I'm
show
in it.
in the movie, right?
Yeah, I'm a ghost in it.
Are you in it too?
Yeah.
I wasn't,
It
but
was a terrible experience.
I did Kazi did a makeup on me for that, and we went down to the set. Nobody ever he didn't show me. I didn't know what it looked like, but I know they sprinkled glitter on me.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Did you see what I look like? I never. What did I look?
I don't remember. I remember glitter. I
Yeah,
think Roland too. Didn't Roland get made up too?
I just know me. I don't. But we went there and we were on the set, and it's the kids from the child actors from the movie, and they come in and they see me, and I know my hair is teased up and like I don't think I had like ponytail yet, but my hair's teased up and I have this. I thought I must have looked like Ziggy Stardust or
Uh,
something, because of the glitter. Of I was just very glam. I don't know what I looked like, but the kids came in and were shown after they filmed me to superimpose it in the same set, and the little boy is like, "Are you a good ghost or a bad ghost?" He must be 5 years old. He's a little tyke. And in my mind, I'm like, but but I said, well, I hope I'm a good ghost.
yeah, that's
Um,
good.
yeah,
It must have been tempting though.
but it was so weird to see, because they're just like little kids, innocent little kids, and then it's like action, and then they're just on, like
Yeah,
it
it's
was
crazy.
surreal to see that. It's like a trained,
Yeah, when you see little kids acting, it makes you realize like there is something different about those kind of people that can do that
yeah,
at a young age. I
yeah,
mean,
not me.
yeah,
Doing
me neither.
podcast is hard enough.
Well, that's the thing about when I was in the movie, in the graveyard scene,
Mhm.
and it was me and I forget what that actress's name was. It was John Anderson. Is that his name? The guy who played in Gorillas in the Mist. He was like the gorilla guy, and he was this
Oh, Alexander, John
John
Alexander.
Alexander.
Mhm.
And then the woman she was in Men in Black because she had like a really long neck, and
Oh, yeah.
I forget her name. Anyway,
Was it Judy Greer or no? She's not the.
maybe could have been.
I don't remember.
Anyway, we were there, and it was like I was just trying to get my SAG hours in, right? And it turned out to not even be applied to SAG. It was like a. Oh no, it did. It was. I'm thinking of Planet of the Apes, where I was like, okay, I'll do the ape thing, so I'll get my insurance
Yeah.
So I'll get some SAG hours, and then it's like that day they're like, "Oh, you're signing a waiver to where
Uh,
you're not getting SAG on this." And I was like, "Fuck."
so
But
typical.
yeah, but so I went there, and we were like, the scene was like, we just in the movie it just goes, it's like goes by the coach, you know,
Yeah.
just in a second. You can hardly see me. I'm pouring tea into her cup. And it was so terrible and so embarrassing because John Alexander was a trained actor, and so is this woman. And it's like, okay, your turn. Go stand up in front of the blue screen, and okay, so pretend like you're talking, and it was just her. And then they would film John Alexander, and okay, walk like you're walking, and he just was like amazing, like an actor. Just boom, turned it on, and it was
Hmm.
like no inhibitions, just like a pro. And then it was my turn, and it was just like, okay, now do that this, and I'm all like, just so stiff, so uncomfortable, so bad. Like I just could not let go and act, which is all it really takes. I think to act is just to totally lose your inhibitions and just play
Right.
like do something like when you're a kid you do it. But it
Yeah.
was like all these people are looking at me, and it was at
Right.
that moment I was like, "What did I get myself into? This is not good. I don't belong here." It was so
I understand.
humiliating, and I'm sitting here with these two real actors, and they knew that I was like some effects dude that just got in on a technicality, and I just felt like such an idiot. But whatever, it didn't matter for the scene. So
Yeah, I think then they cut down a lot of the ghosts in there. I mean, everything was made and looked good, but in the movie, I don't remember seeing much of it,
yeah,
much of the
yeah,
stuff.
that movie sucked, man.
There was 2 seconds that were funny.
The scene was great. The
Oh yeah,
crypt
zombies look
scene.
good.
Zombies looked
And
good. Those were
Bunky.
super fun. Yeah, me and Bunky and Norman sculpted one, and I was it's so funny. So randomly, I have one of the masks
What?
I made. Yeah, hold
Oh,
on a second. I'll get it.
oh yeah.
Hey, you're supposed to be entertained. I'm not putting this thing on.
Oh, that reminds me of another funny story I'll tell you. Oh, cool.
I just came across this today randomly because I was looking for something else, and I
Is
was
it
like,
rubber or is it latex?
It's just a latex mask.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah.
I remember. Oh, you made me think of a story when you said I'm not putting that on. Uh, one of the jobs I did with Jordu was for Slipknot.
Oh wow.
He was doing their masks. One of the guys, are they still an active band?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't talk about it then.
I
Never mind.
oh come on. You don't
Well,
have to say which band member.
yeah, I wouldn't remember it either anyway. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, I won't say which one, but they brought their old masks uh, for reference because they're
Uh
having them redone. I think Scream Mad George might have done some of them at one point,
huh.
but
Okay.
everybody might have a turn at those at some. It's like those Budweiser frogs. Every shop ended up. Uh, anyway, they would get sick and like he vomited in them and all that kind of stuff. But this guy had brought it in
That's nasty.
a, a Ziploc bag that he was keeping it in, and it had mold. It was really disgusting.
Nasty.
Gross. But
Sweat,
yeah, oh
salt deposits from all the sweat.
yeah, it was gross. But we got to go to the drummer's house. They lived in Iowa.
Mm.
So rock stars in Iowa, like the biggest thing, like people around town, like, the biggest thing going around here. Uh, but he was really cool. He ended up passing away a couple of years ago, I think. I'm
Oh
not sure
yeah, that's
why.
right.
And so did one of the other guys before that. It's so weird, but uh, they were very nice. They're all very nice to us. I'm
Mm.
not sure if they got along with each other, but
Right.
it's a business at that point
Yeah.
when you're on that level.
Yeah. Definitely. And a terrible business. Music business is
Oh
horrible
yeah.
from
Oh
everything I
yeah,
hear.
that's right. Uh, I told that story the other day, or I contacted you, hey, when we were doing Pinocchio, like, hey, is Tool's coming through town? You think you could ask Adam if he wants to tour the studio? And then COVID hit. They never contacted the studio, so I figured they were busy with some other stuff. But
Yeah.
there were Tool fans there that
I'm so
they
yeah.
knew I knew you because I brag about you all the time. And
They're like, who?
hey, you think you could ask him if Tool wants to see
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio stop motion? Because they're linked to stop motion.
I'm sure Adam would have wanted to do that from,
Yeah, they probably had plans already.
yeah. I don't know, but
A bunch
he's
of people went to the concert that night when they shut down everything the next day.
oh wow.
Or, I don't know if it was next day. It was all around the same time when, the big shutdown happened during the pandemic.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So okay, so let me see. Then you worked at Rick's. Did you meet Wes Craven on
no, I saw Wes Craven. I didn't meet him.
I met him. He was super nice.
Yeah.
Such a nice guy.
When he came through Rick's?
It was on set. Cuz remember
Oh,
I was making that dog, that
I didn't
golden
even remember they were.
retriever.
I didn't know they were even filming it.
Yeah, they filmed
That's
stuff.
right. They had started and then stopped.
Yeah, it's supposed
Right.
to be like a terrible movie. It's supposed to be so bad.
Yeah, I forgot all about.
I
I
never saw it though.
I never saw it either.
But he was super. Wes Craven was really nice, just from going on set, and I puppeteered. I get like SAG checks from for
Really?
Cursed. Yeah, barely anything, but
From that
'cause I
movie?
yeah, because I puppeteered the
Yeah, I
dog.
just didn't even know people were aware of the movie.
Yeah, it got released, and pays 10 cents a year or something.
Right.
I get like SAG residuals from Cabin Boy, all these weird ass movies, Hocus Pocus. Again, it's not much at all.
Did
It's
that
maybe,
go up a little bit when they made that sequel to Hocus Pocus?
did they make a sequel? Did it come out?
Yeah, like I don't know if it came out. I read recently that it had made a sequel.
I got contacted to do an interview for a book on. Someone's making a book about Hocus Pocus, and they're
Hmm.
interviewing a bunch of people that worked on it.
It's a
And
big deal, I think.
I know it became this huge cult thing. I remember,
I
thinking,
think I was too old for it. But
I just thought, I remember seeing it thinking it's not that good. I didn't think it was that good. It was kind of like, eh. And then it became this huge cult film. It's like super popular with younger people,
yeah,
people younger than us.
younger people's the key.
But it's funny though, because she called me to do a phone interview, and she's like, "So what do you remember about it?" And I was like, I realized when she called me, like, I don't remember anything about that. I barely remember anything other than sculpting the zombie mask, and how excited I was because it was a zombie, and I love zombies, and it was on Doug Jones, who's got the best zombie face
Super
ever,
nice
and
guy, Doug.
super nice guy. And she's asking me about the cat, and I'm like, I don't remember.
So there's a cat in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't
I
even
think,
remember meeting me.
yeah, right. I have a terrible memory on anyway, but
Um, Doug Jones. Yeah, I met Doug Jones at Greg Hanum's
oh yeah,
doing a movie called This Present Darkness, and it never got made.
I remember hearing about that. I think we worked on that. This present,
This Present Dark. I think it got made in a different form. I can't exactly remember. Chuck Russell was. It was his
I
movie.
remember how they used to split up jobs between
Yeah,
shops? That was like
yeah.
the thing, and Chuck Russell directed the Blob, so I'm pretty sure
Ah,
Tony did something for it.
yeah,
We
yeah,
did something for it, so it might have been like a split deal.
yeah, yeah.
Since
Uh, there was some cool stuff they were trying to get there, but I don't. You know, when I went to Greg's, they had already done like the cool stuff. They'd done the Lost Boys and Dracula and all that, The Mask, Miss Doubtfire,
Ozzy Osbourne, rest in
Ozzy
peace as well.
Osbourne. Yeah, um,
Bark at the
yeah.
Moon.
So there, and then they were doing Blade, which nobody was like, "Hey, this is going to be a big deal."
Right.
Um, but they made
That's
three of them, so it was a big
that's
deal.
a thing at the shops. It's like when you work at a shop, it's just like movies come in, and you just work on them, and and then you do your
Forget about
best.
them.
And then the next one comes in, you work on that one, and it's like most of them come and go, and they're kind of like crappy movies. At least that was my experience. They're
That's
like not great movies. And then every once in a while, and then some that you think are going to be amazing, like The Dark Backwards. You remember that movie? I
no.
worked on this. It's like a weird underground cult comedy film. I remember like an art film. It's called The Dark Backwards with Judd Nelson
Nelson,
from the
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. Yeah, he's in it.
Don't you forget his name.
And I remember being on set for that thinking, oh, this is going to be so weird and so funny. And it's just like, did not translate at all. And it was like, oh my God, this is so bad. But then it's like other ones like Hocus Pocus ended up being a hit, or The Blob was like a big failure when it came out because
Yeah.
E.T. came
I
out,
was
I
into
think,
that,
or
man. The effects are
something.
great.
And it bombed. And it was such a bummer. And now it's got a big cult following. People love that movie now. And it
Yeah.
still kind of holds up for a lot of the effect stuff. It's pretty cool.
Not the mullets, though.
Not the mullets. No, the mullets are back. The mullets
Oh,
are
they are?
back in style.
Oh, I was
Yes.
unaware. Is that
Yeah.
true?
Yeah. Mullets
Yeah.
are like, I mean, they might already be out again, but it's like people, the generation below us wear mullets, and it's
I
like
should have
cool.
cut my hair into a mullet for
Oh,
this.
yeah. You'd have been like super cool.
I think there's pictures. My
Just goes to
mullet.
show if you stay one style, eventually you'll go out of style and you'll come back in style.
Yeah, just
That's why I never change.
just a lot grayer. But you're not. As my as my hair fades into my skin complexion, just I can see it on the camera right now. God, how are you talking to this? Should put on my melting man mask.
Yeah, that thing's cool.
Yeah, I sold a few of those.
Oh, no way. I have an animal puppet.
Oh yeah, I got that on eBay.
I have one of those from when I was a kid. I thought it was so cool because it has the blinking eyes.
Exactly, that's why I got it. I was like, ah, yeah, this is cool. I've got Kermit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, man. I used to love that thing when I was a little kid.
you got a zombie. That's my head cast or this
Oh.
3D printed. So the first thing I did in ZBrush.
Oh, no way.
See it very
That's
well.
great. Wow. That's really great.
Yeah, and then I think it was one of the first I resin printed. I'm really into like 3D printing and stuff at this point.
Really? Is that a 3D printer behind you?
Yeah, yeah, it's an
Oh.
enclosure I made for a 3D printer.
Oh, wow. So you are a big ZBrush guy and a 3D printer and
Yeah, I do ZBrush and Maya.
wow.
You see.
And this is for your own personal stuff?
Yeah, see if we can you see it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have that enclosure so you
Because it
don't
stinks,
smell
right?
anything.
Yeah, that's great.
It's yeah, pretty tight.
That's super cool, man. Wow.
But yeah, that's
So,
what I'm doing. I've been doing a lot of that the last few years. That's what I'm doing in stop motion at this point.
what do you mean?
Can't talk about it.
Oh. Okay, but for your personal work, are you doing any
Yeah,
ZBrush and 3D printing? Because when
yeah.
okay, yeah, that's what we need to talk about is how you started doing your fine art stuff.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you were doing sculptures when and when did that happen? Because it's like that was when I on Rick's is when I really made the plunge and tried to get into fine art.
It's during that whole cannibal
Yeah,
flower hour. That's
I
art.
like that.
Uh, it's all that time. If you remember, I did these storybooks and
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
wrote
right.
by Zombienose, and you thought it was really funny because isn't the name Zombienose?
Yeah, yeah. That first off, how'd you come up with the name Zombie Nose? Because everyone assumes it's a hole. It's like a zombie nose. You think of a zombie nose, and your interpretation of a zombie nose is a little nose that has feet on it. That's like a zombie. So the nose is a zombie. It's not like a nose hole like a zombie nose.
Well, it's not. There wasn't that much thought put into it. If you remember America Online,
Yeah.
the internet service, That's funny because that goes back to my optic nerve days because that's the first time I got on the internet. John Bullitt showed me. I'm like, what's the World Wide Web? What's it?
Yeah, right. What's email? I don't understand.
And I'll get back to Zombienose, but he's like, oh, check it out. And he takes me in and shows me on the computer and he's showing me, I can't remember, there was a website it's before, the internet was regulated at all, but this website like gruesome photos of
Oh
things.
yeah, like rotten.com or something.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Yeah.
And he showed me a picture because it wasn't that many years before, but he showed me this picture of a soldier that was run over by a tank in
Oh
Iraq.
my God.
Man, it was awful. It was just hamburger in a boot with a tank tread track through him.
Yeah.
But and he just thought it was the funniest thing, just freaking me out.
That was a thing though back in the early internet days. Is I mean, I did this myself. I regret it, but I remember sending Eddie Yang this picture of like a guy whose whole he was like a motorcycle accident and the whole bottom of his face was just meat
Oh yeah,
and
you
he was
sent that to
alive.
me.
I
You don't do that.
I sent it to a bunch of people, but that was the thing at the time to do. And I stopped doing that right after that because I realized it upset people. And
Yeah,
it was
I'm thinking this better be a fucking makeup. Better not be real. It's basically just eyes with everything else missing.
yeah, and the creepy thing. I did a painting based on it just as an inspiration. It's like a creature, but he's looking at the camera.
Yeah.
Like he's totally aware. That's the freaky part. It's
Yeah.
just like he's in
Oh
shock.
God.
It's horrible, horrible.
Yeah.
I can't believe I sent that to you. I apologize. I formally apologized sending that to you.
Well, I used to have a motorcycle, so it rang true.
So anyway, he showed you, and he thought it was funny that he was freaking you out with.
Oh yeah. Anyway, that's when I first got on the internet. But
Even that
Marathon,
seems like so much more innocent times than now,
I know, doesn't it?
with beheading videos and all this people getting shot on. Ugh. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, just the news is scarier. But
Yeah.
uh, so I got on the internet for the first time using America Online, and they want you to make a username and I'm like, oh, zombie, zombie, and nothing worked. Zombie, 2861 or like, oh, fuck it, zombie nose, and
That
people
was
just
it.
that's it. People remembered the name, so I just kept it and I put it on that book project I did, and then when you started doing your art in the Cannibal Flower Hour was happening. Um, I started doing paintings. I didn't start doing those little
Oh, that's
sculptures.
right. That's right.
And I think it was
You're
at High
painting on
Gallery.
black, right? You painted on black, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Always.
you painted black, and then you painted the. Okay, I remember.
Yeah, and I don't remember what else. Oh, then you said to me, you're like, use Zombie Nose, that name. It's funny. It's memorable. It's a weird name. If I didn't already have a weird name, going up.
Really?
That's what you said to me.
It's it's so funny that you say that because I was thinking it is now for like younger people, younger artists, they use their weird internet name and they're known by that
Oh,
weird internet name. So it was like you're kind of
I'm a pioneer.
a pioneer in the weird internet name as a professional artist name.
Yeah, it was kind of a silly name, but my name, is so common. It's kind
Right.
of a good thing and a bad thing. It's good because people can't find me,
Yeah.
and it's bad because people can't find me. So, I don't want to be found anyway. Um,
I remember I asked you about it and you're like, it's not a zombie nose. It's a zombie. It's a little nose. That's a zombie.
I was trying to make you laugh.
It made me laugh. It still
bring-
makes me laugh.
You bring that up every time we talk.
It's so funny. See, you're trying to make me laugh, and so
Yeah.
your magic worked on me.
Uh, where were we? What else did we do?
Zombie nose. You start doing your paintings.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, I have one of your things on the wall here.
That's an old one,
I know. I asked for that one specifically. I really like that one.
Morner. That's an old one.
I can't remember if I had met Bill Basso at that time too, because he was starting to get.
Another rest in peace, Bill Basso.
Yeah, that broke my heart. I really love Bill. Uh,
Yeah, and he was so young.
yeah, it was pretty shocking. Hmm. Yeah, and I got a lot of good advice from him about stuff. But I knew him pretty well too.
Mm.
Uh, but anyway, I I I can't remember if it was. I think you introduced me to Nathan at Hive Gallery, and that might have been when I first
Oh,
showed my little
okay.
sculpture.
Right.
But I had been doing paintings. I just didn't know how to like get into anything. And I went to Cannibal Flower stuff to sort of scope it out. Went to your shows. I saw Fruza Bulk there, one of those Cannibal Flower.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, and then I think you introduced me to Nathan at Cartwright at the Hive Gallery, and I did a little sculpture based on some of these paintings, and it sold, and it was kind of encouraging. And I'm like, okay, I'll just keep doing this and be a nice little side hustle.
Yeah.
Uh,
Side
and
hustle before there was such a term as side hustle.
I'm still side hustling.
I know.
Everything's
Everybody's
a
side
side
hustling.
hustle.
That's why it's a common term now.
Yeah. Um. Anyway, then I just kept going, and then I got into other galleries, and then by that time the internet's a thing. It's whatever year that was that you were starting to do that. I was just trying to ride your coattails, basically. Like, oh, look, he's figured this out. Do what
Early
he does.
2000s, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's all blur. Grinch was like 99, 2000, somewhere in there. So
Right.
it's all after that sometime. Yeah, and then, I would sell stuff at the galleries and stuff, and I was like encouraging. But, you're not getting what you asked for. They take their cut, and some of
Yeah.
the better galleries it's half, and then some of the other ones it's not. And I like gallery shows, and I used to go to them more, and I can't remember the name of all of them. I'm not sure if all of them exist anymore. But
Yeah, probably not. A lot of them have closed down.
then I started shipping them around the country, to different galleries. And then there was one in Australia that was a big disaster where everybody's stuff got ripped off.
Oh, you were in that?
Yeah, but luckily I'd got my stuff back in that show.
What was the name of that
It was
gallery?
a clown,
Cl-
Augusta Clown, August
yeah.
Clown, August.
Augusta Clown or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and he ripped a bunch of people, or he didn't pay people for pieces that were sold, and he didn't send anything back.
Didn't return it back. Yeah. I think he
He,
got
he-
into financial trouble or something. And
well, it gave me the runaround, but what happened is I'm like, hey, everybody else is internet shaming, so will I. So I posted a picture of the piece that was sold, and the person that bought it contacted me and paid me for it, even though they had
wow,
bought it. Yeah, it was really
that's
noble
super
thing. And
cool. Yeah.
yeah, just when you give up on humanity.
I know, right? They always do that just
And it
when
was
you're on
two
the.
two pieces. So there's another artist that was local there in Melbourne, Australia, and she was able to go there and retrieve mine, and I paid her to ship it back.
Oh,
And
cool.
I ended up selling it here,
Wow. Wow.
later. So I got out of that with unscathed, but I have not since then.
Yeah.
uh, but that's okay. So yeah,
I've lost
it's
a
kind
couple
of
pieces over the years. I've
yeah.
not had a couple not returned, but luckily none of them were like major pieces or anything
That's
that big
all
a
my
deal.
pieces. None of them are major. No, there's some that I really love. I wish I kept, but
Right.
I didn't. I don't, the intention was to sort of, make it for enriching myself. It's a side hustle, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd love to be able to just have a house full of my own masks and paintings and everything else, but it takes up space. And
Yeah. And you gotta, you gotta. I just sold a bunch of stuff I didn't want to sell to help my kid and his partner out for their new baby.
oh yeah, yeah, I think I saw you advertising that.
Yeah. And but they
Space.
were just like sitting around. They were unframed. I've had them for 20 years, some of them. And I was just
Wow.
like, why don't I just sell these? They need the money right now. So,
Oh, your first painting I used to see because I lived with Hiroshi Yada,
yeah, that was the one I painted in
the trailer,
the
right?
trailer on Planet of the Apes and sold him for $100.
Yeah, 100 smackaroos.
Yeah.
He's
Uh,
sitting on that, waiting for it to go.
he could sell it, I'm sure, for a lot more. But
Hiroshi, you got permission.
yeah, for sure. He said, I'll never sell it. Have you talked to him lately?
No, I haven't talked to a lot of people. Like my whole life here has become stop motion now.
Mm-hmm.
There's, some good people. Well, I used to work on that stuff when I lived with Hiroshi, and it started really getting rolling at that time. And you know, uh, once I came here, it kind of I don't know. I was trying to reestablish myself, and I didn't want to have to ship stuff because that's an additional
Yeah. And your stuff
amount.
it's probably hard to ship because it's
I learned the hard way
sculpture.
on some of the early stuff, those little sculptures. Uh, yeah, you got to be. But I figured out a pretty foolproof way to ship stuff now. But I remember going to FedEx and they're like, "Be prepared for this to drop from 6 feet." It's just conveyor belts and.
Yeah, right.
But I had people, write me back or say, "Oh, this broke in shipping." I'm like, "Oh my God, what do I do to make this right?" And,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, it's a pain.
but I figured out how to do it now. And when I was at I met my friend Kent Melton, who's passed away a couple years ago, a year or two ago. He used to be the sculptor at Disney for their maquette references, or
Hmm.
those little statues. And he was, all through that 90s stuff that Disney released and super cool. But he gave me a lot of tips on how to ship sculptures because he did it a lot.
Oh,
And it's funny because it's so rudimentary, you'd think it wouldn't work, but it really worked. And he sent me one of his to mold, and I molded it for this. They're doing a documentary on him
that's
now.
what I was gonna say. I saw that
Yeah,
trailer for that guy. That guy was
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. It'll be great when it's done.
That
He's
guy
a super
was
cool guy, very great at what he did.
great
Um,
sculptor. Amazing.
yeah,
I'd never heard of him though, and I don't know how I saw this trailer.
it's probably online.
Yeah,
You
online
know,
somewhere just randomly, and I was like, I never heard of this guy. He's amazing.
well, the best advice.
Wow.
He's a musician too. He'd build his own instruments. He's really
Wow.
interesting. But I'll let the documentary tell that. Uh, but the best advice he gave me about shipping sculpture was um, you put it in a box with that styrofoam that's like S-shaped, and that's it. I mean, you just put the sculpture in there naked, and
In the
things
little.
sort of lock,
Oh, weird.
and
Okay.
pack it, and it ships, and it locks. It's almost like creating a foam uh, barrier and around this thing
Huh.
that's not solid. Like you
Wow.
could pull it right out, but while it's in the box and it's contained, it's sort of frozen in place.
Interesting.
So it's not like 100%, but most of the time. And I mean, the stuff he was shipping was expensive because
Yeah.
he worked for Disney, so he had a big following of Disney collectors, and
Right.
he did all kinds of collectibles, and he worked
Yeah.
like for all those first few movies, or all the movies up until Missing Link, I think. But yeah, I don't know how I mentioned that, but
Sculpting,
like
shipping. So I was getting we are getting to
they
okay,
do the
your
shows.
fine art stuff, doing shows, and yeah, you were talking about your.
Yeah. And then I showed at Copernason through you, and they were very nice. And the last one I did there, I think it was that giant one. I sent you a picture of it,
Yeah, that thing is
big
crazy.
silicone thing. But I was up here, so I had sort of people assemble it there for me, and then my brother uh, sent it back, and he kind of like folded some of the things because it didn't sell. But I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just call it Swan Song because it's the last one I'm going to be in California. I'd like to do more of those, but it's an investment, and
Yeah, and it's hard to sell
uh,
too.
yeah, and I've been working a lot up until last year, and then kind of gotten busy again. So
So what's your main? I mean, as far as your your own personal work, what phase are you at? Like, what are you making now? Because I know for a while you were doing the paintings on black, and then you were doing the kind of the sculptures coming out of the oval paintings,
yeah,
kind of, and what do
yeah,
you?
I'm still doing that stuff. I'm trying to move back into the paintings
Okay,
because they are a lot easier to ship,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I don't
sell.
know.
They're easier to sell too, I think.
Yeah, it's like that's why I made them hang on walls, the sculptures too, because
Right? Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
they hang stuff. Uh,
That's
but
smart.
I have a lot of canvases from when I was younger, and I enjoyed painting big.
Mm-hmm.
like like 24 by 36, and you know, and especially now I can't see it like getting tight, like the stuff you do. I just, I don't know if I just can't take it. It's like torture. If I'm
Yeah,
not wearing
that's
these
how
things,
that's Gabe says the same thing. Gabe Leonard about his stuff. He's like he hates that, but I've always been like that, like a detail guy. Yep.
well, there's guys that I work with that paint all these stop motion figures. I mean, and it's just super
Yeah, it's amazing. I
detailed.
you have to. It takes a certain kind of mindset. Like I used to be the one guy at the shop that used to enjoy detailing pores, sculpting at
That's right.
Rick's. It was like nobody wanted to do it, and I was like, I'll do it. It's so much fun.
The Mitch trick with the plastic.
Yeah, the plastic and the cat brush and
That's right. Yeah,
yeah.
that works. That
He
works really
it's
well.
so funny because I see people doing YouTube tutorials and it's like these advanced effects sculpting techniques like everybody knows them now. All the stuff that
I know it's a
Mitch
big secret,
invented. He
Yeah.
invented all that shit.
Hmm.
Like almost all of it.
Yeah.
And now it's like commonplace. Nobody gives him credit. Nobody even probably knows it was him. It's just like
Does he
I see,
care?
I don't think he gives a shit.
He's like retired now.
Even the tools, like there's tool companies that make tools based on Mitch's custom designed tools.
Wow. I mean, I know
They're
I never thought I
standard
would use
now.
the cat brush until I saw him doing it. But
Yeah, yeah.
you made me remember. I went to the bookstore and saw this making of Men in Black 2, and there's that picture. And I just remember
The interocitor.
he just glued a wire to some glasses, and it helps me scale or whatever the reason is.
Yeah, for people who don't know, I've talked about Mitch on the show. He's, always very cynical about effects work and always complaining about it and making jokes and not taking it seriously. But he was like the best sculptor in the world. And
Really good
he,
likeness sculptor.
yeah, incredible, amazing.
I'm
Like
gonna
this,
cause
he's
him.
like a human copy machine. Like he could just amazing. But and there was a minute making a Men in Black book, and somehow they took a picture of Mitch, and he was mocking the whole effects industry in a way by he had these glasses like shop glasses, and he put it was like metal
Like a grid or
grid.
something.
Yeah, it was like a metal it was like metal thick screen, but like chicken wire or something,
Right.
kind of like crisscrossing. He put that on there, had a wire coming down to this like piece of machinery
That was
that
funny.
that looked kind of like a gun, and he's holding it up to the sculpture, and it says something like Mitch Devane uses this special and he called it the interocitor,
Yeah, I
and
don't remember the name of
and
it
the interocitor
in the
is
caption.
it's from Plan no Robot Monster. It's from that movie,
Um,
that really bad movie Robot
yeah.
Monster, I think. And the interocitor was like some laser gun or something, or like a machine that would blow up the world or something. So somehow they got it in this serious Men in Black book, and it says Mitch Devane uses this interocitor to, and it's like
Like,
people I like is a serious thing, and it's like everyone who knows him looks at that and just busts up because there's nothing like that. And I heard people years later saying they were trying to figure out
how
what he was
how
doing.
it
Like,
operates. I know
I
because
make
I'm
my
like
own interocitor.
that's how I get the information, right? Like, oh look, they're using this thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, back in the day, especially, it's like looking at Dick Smith making the old age sculpture, and you're looking at the shelves in the back to see what they're labeled as to try and
Right.
figure out what the chemicals are and collodion and all this weird shit. And it's like that's how you learned about it. And then Mitch had to go and screw everybody up.
Oh, he didn't give a shit. I'm
Yeah,
a troublemaker.
it was hilarious. It was so funny. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, how are you doing any like 3D printing of your art now? Instead, like if you moved away from sculpting to 3D sculpting and then printing,
No,
or
well, I do the Zombienose stuff, and then I have my other Walker Run company, and I have these masks. I was selling these masks. They sell pretty quick. Uh, but I'll do zebra. It's kind of for me, for fun. It's like my retirement plan. All I want to do is make masks and model kits,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
because you can do it digitally, it's as big as this laptop, the molds, what molds?
Right.
Just that thing, and that's it.
Do you ever print molds and then cast in those?
I have, yeah, yeah.
That's such a
There's
trip.
tricks to that depending on what you're casting in it.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I'm sure undercuts
Have
and
you not
stuff.
gotten a 3D printer?
I bought one during the pandemic because it was like there was a sale and it was discounted price and there was like some special coupon, so it was like I literally paid $200 for a decent one.
Wow.
Someone advised me, so it's been sitting in my, I haven't even opened the box because I
Ah,
just I don't have time. I want to so bad. I really
yeah.
want to.
You'll get into it when you get it. Is it
It's just,
a FDM printer or a resin printer?
it's a resin printer,
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah,
think. Yeah.
good deal. They keep getting better all the time.
FDM is what the
The spool.
spool. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's the resin printer.
yeah.
It's probably already outdated, but I don't know.
Well, even the cheap one I started with, I got some pretty good results.
Yeah,
They're just getting finer and finer, and
I know.
to see, it's basically the layer lines are becoming less noticeable.
Yeah, yeah.
But the trade-off with it is, the durability or detail.
Right,
So if something's more flexible or durable, it's usually not as high resolution as the stuff that's
right.
more fragile.
I
There's,
mean, I would make stuff and then mold it just because of my what I because I make like resin, solid resin casts with glow in the dark pigment and stuff
right,
like that. So for me, I'm
right.
just thinking I could bust out. I got to learn ZBrush again, relearn it because I forgot everything. Bust out all kinds of shit and then 3D print them and then make a bunch of molds and I'd have a whole new crop of
Yeah. It,
creature
it,
heads.
it- it's definitely handy for that stuff. I have used it for like props and stuff for the Zombienose stuff. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I showed you that head earlier.
Did you sculpt that?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Fonzie head? Let me see that. Wait, pull it back so I can see a little more. No way.
I
Wait, go
scanned,
down.
oh, sorry.
That's great. Totally
I
looks like
scanned,
him.
I scanned this guy.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a
And
scanner too? 3D
I
scanner?
do. Yeah, yeah. I'm
Damn.
all into that, man. I use that stuff professionally at this point. I made a
Wow.
little model kit.
That is so cool. Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yeah, the thriller. But it's a scan off that. I just open the mouth up and then
So that's
the
the
hair's the head's a test head.
that's a the what are those model kits? Those model kits that we grew up with. What are they called?
Aurora model kits or
Yeah, Aurora monster model kits,
yeah,
but
this
it's the
would be
Michael. That is so
yeah,
cool. That's amazing.
that's because that was like a thing and then like Thriller was a thing, American Werewolf was a thing and Star Wars. Of
Yeah.
course, I like a lot of Star Wars crap
So
on
you
there.
do stuff with your you have a 3D print company and you kind of do these movie
Well,
stuff you like kind of for
yeah.
collectors and
Yeah.
then you've got your fine art stuff with your zombie nose which
Yeah, I
is
tried to
more
keep them
traditional.
separate. I wanted the fine art stuff to sort of grow on its own merit.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a different audience.
Yeah, yeah.
The my company where I do like that practical work or digital work. I just did a short film, some effects, but
Oh wow.
it's not, you know, Men in Black money, but
Yeah, right.
it's mostly about timing, all that stuff takes time, but I did notice like, gosh, it hurts. This is like physical now,
Yeah, right.
I've been working in stop motion, everything's much smaller, and then when I was
Oh
doing
yeah,
digital
opening
work,
big molds and wrestling
my
with
knuckles hurt
yeah.
and hips and my legs and
Yeah.
bah! Everything hurts.
Yeah.
But
That's old age.
that was kind of a fun project. I should plug that too because I think they're putting that in um, uh, festivals at this
What
point.
is it?
It's called Nurture. I,
Nurture?
I
Okay.
don't. Yeah, I can't give away anything I did. I don't think, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, you could find it Nurture online. Nurture short film or something like
Okay. That's cool.
that.
I mean, it sounds like you have a lot of cool stuff going on. I didn't realize you were doing so much.
It's a lot of side hustle. What it is like, I get afraid, like, oh, am I going to have a job? And then I'll take other work and I'll set up other work, and it's sort of how the year planned and scheduled, and then I'll get busy with a full-time job.
Right.
It's hard.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Uh,
grayer than you, I think.
yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's genetic, personally. My grandfather, when he died in his 80s, my mom's dad, he had still a bunch of red hair. He was
Wow.
red hair. So he had gray, but he had like a lot of red. So I think it's genetic.
It used to be dark. It used to be right here, I
I
think.
know, same here. My hairline is like,
It's like, get away from these wrinkles.
look at how high my hairline is.
Here's Johnny. You know, I just got a flash, and you kind of looked like what was that? Battlefield Earth.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
That's that's the most insulting thing I've ever heard.
All right. Ain't it cool? No, I know that's a different movie. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we should talk about stop motion when we talk.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, about our own stuff at some point.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I would love to do that, man. I had a dream when I was a kid that I made a stop. When I got into stop motion when I was a little kid, I got a Super 8 camera, and I did like a couple things I never finished, like clay animation of like a Frazetta warrior fighting this monster
Wow.
dragon
Do you
thing
have that stuff still? Like
somewhere. I
on
got some
video?
of it. I mean, I a lot of it is gone, but I've got still got reels. I have to get transferred. But I had a dream. I'll never forget that I did AC/DC in stop motion, playing Highway to Hell with like Angus Young doing his
That was
headbanging
a
thing.
dream?
It was a dream, and I dreamed it. And I was in it. I saw the stop motion, clay motion, clay animation. Like, of course, the way you see it is amazing. The way it would turn out if I did it would look like shit. But it's like, imagine professional level claymation of Highway to Hell, like a live performance of
That's
Highway to
funny.
Hell. And it's like, ever since then I was always like, man, I just, then working on the Tool videos, I always wanted to do something cool like that, do some kind of,
Take space.
yeah, and
I mean,
time and money.
yeah, I know. Time is money. Oh,
It's like we know how to do all this stuff pretty much, and it's just like, finding the time.
yeah, gotta
Most
eat.
most people don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Well, there's a big interest in stop motion. I don't know if it's a
Yeah.
resurgence or just something I was not aware of
Hmm.
until I got into the business. But there's still interest in it. I mean,
Yeah. And Guillermo said he's not going to ever make a regular movie again. He only wants to do animations or something.
well,
I saw him say that in an interview where he's like, he's so into stop motion and animation that he's just not gonna do
yeah,
any more
he's
live action
into it.
movies. Which is like, damn, that's kind of saying a lot.
I know. When Frankenstein comes out and it's a big hit. Uh,
F.
F.
Yeah, he would call it F when he would talk about it online because he wasn't allowed to say
Uh,
Frankenstein.
well, I remember, didn't he have a plan to make Frankenstein way back when, but with Doug Jones, and it was like a Bernie Wrightson style? Um,
Yeah, I think
back when he was
so.
still working with Spectre. I don't know if he still works with Spectre, but back when I was
Yeah. I don't.
around.
Yeah, I mean, he had like at one point he had a bunch of things he was trying to get made. Really cool, like Haunted Mansion, his version of Haunted Mansion,
Oh,
and
right. Yeah. I forgot about
uh,
that.
Mountains of Madness.
I remember that one. Remember that
Yeah,
when the word came through and that wasn't happening.
that was such a bummer. Everyone was so excited about it.
Yeah.
That would have been the coolest fucking movie. It would have been like The Thing, but better than The Thing.
Oh, that's some.
I mean, the script wise, it was. I mean, as far as like cool monsters, it was like The Thing, but way like times 10.
Wow.
Monster wise, it was
Yeah.
so
I
cool.
think I was at Spectral when that the word came down on that. I remember everybody was pretty
Yeah, it was
disappointed.
such a bummer.
Maybe I wasn't there, but I knew a lot of people there.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, yeah, someday.
Well, he's got Oscars now, so I think he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fuck. Time's
Does
running
he,
out though.
does he own some of your stuff? Guillermo del Toro?
Yeah, he was buying all my stuff for a couple of years, and then he
Um,
just had to stop.
I know he's like doing an auction now or something of his
Yeah,
house.
he's selling at least two paintings. I don't think he's selling like his main. Like he's got a couple of my best pieces. Like
Does he have that
yeah, he's got the Uncle Sam,
Uncle
I Want
Sam?
You, and then he's got that Lilith painting, which is
Is that this one?
considered. No, it's like it blue, and it's like kind of a
Oh
woman
yeah, 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 yeah.
running
I
in a
remember.
field
Yeah,
holding a baby. He's got that one and a couple others, but he's selling like a weird one he got of Alice in Wonderland I did for some theme show, and this other old one that I kind of wish I could buy, but I don't have any money to buy it. So
buy back.
yeah, I'd like to buy it. I'd like to own that one because I like that painting. But
I've seen a couple of my pieces on eBay.
oh yeah,
I'm like, oh, either people got sick of them.
there's a ton of my shit on eBay.
Yeah,
It's like a lot. Yeah, yeah. The more you sell, the more people sell your stuff. You know.
yeah. I should have kept it a little. I don't know. Since the pandemic, I just kind of let it all go, and I kind of got sick of social media in a way.
Yeah, it sucks. It's a hellscape on social media,
Yeah,
but you know you got to do business too.
yeah, yeah. I just try not to be a part of it personally as much.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Use it
basically how I use
for
it.
business, but I know it's still fun. I mean, it's still like, I mean, you never replied to anything I see you on Instagram,
I
but
I'm not really on Facebook at all except to post.
I'm on there to like your stuff.
So I never see anything. The only one that I'm on regularly, which isn't even that much, is Instagram now.
Right, same here.
You know.
And it's mostly just to contact people I already work with. Uh,
I just don't
but
want to get dragged
yeah,
into the fray.
we know. I'm so glad I got off uh, Facebook. You know, my personal Facebook. I ended that
Yeah.
years before
Yeah.
before we jumped timelines into what we're in now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even. I go on for like 2 seconds. I'm like, oh, okay. That's why I don't want to be on here. Because you want to. It's like it just works on you. You see someone say something stupid that you know is bullshit, and you want to say something, and then you got to stop yourself and go like, okay, I'm not going to make this asshole this billionaire more money, and get myself mad, and make the other person mad, and make other people mad. Oh, nice. What's that?
Just skin to one of my characters.
Oh, that's cool.
I was trying to keep you from being mad. It it's just a hollow skin. Sorry, I'm putting it up to the light. I had to put this light here so you could see me without being
Are
blocked
you
by
are
my
you do you,
reflection.
are you planning on making your own stop motion?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got a lot prepared. It's just I have to prioritize money making jobs.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Well,
like I can sell that stuff and you know sell
you have
the artwork.
the armatures built.
Uh, they're pre-built.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you can get armatures now, right?
You
That's
can get
another
some, yeah.
modern convenience. You used to have to
Yes.
like go into Cinemagic or Cinefantastic or one of these
Yeah.
magazines, and they'd show you how to machine the parts to make your own
I
armature.
was like, great, I don't have that machine.
I know the machine costs more than you
Now
know.
I know how to, I can't make it now. Thanks.
Now I know what I'm missing.
I know professional armature makers now, so they can help me,
Yeah, that's cool.
if I need it. I don't know if I'm going to be that serious of a production with this stuff, it'll just be
Yeah.
short little things. But I think it will be fun. I had never really done any stop motion, but I did this ant puppet, and um, you can kind of see that on my website. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun, but it's very tedious, and
Yeah.
um, it's neat to
Yeah.
see when it's done. But like I said, I had an interest in 2D animation early on, so I didn't tell you that. I applied it like all like Warner Brothers when they were doing features and
Oh,
Disney
really?
and all that before they even had that building that's off the freeway with the Mickey Mouse hat, the sorcerer's hat.
Mm-hmm.
before they moved into that, I was applying because I was at that ROP program, and it's like, oh yeah, I always wanted to learn that. And then I think I worked at Optic, and then I went, oh, God, about 3 months into this, I was like, oh shit, I want to do this other thing. I get bored. But at that point, like, yeah, it must have been in the 90s, right at the end of the run of all those Disney movies. Um, it started getting killed off by CG. Once
Right.
Jurassic Park CG and all this CG stuff sort of started happening, it was like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess I have no hope. And Disney laid off all their people.
Yeah.
I still have some friends. I have friends that work in Family Guy and
Oh yeah, I know.
yeah.
Joe Vox. Joe Vox. He's a big shot at on Family Guy.
Uh,
Artist, copper artist, super cool guy.
yeah, my friend
And
probably works for him then.
yeah, yeah, I think he's like a director over there
Mhm.
or a producer or something.
Yeah, but that wasn't really like the type of. I didn't want to do TV. Gosh, I just really never wanted to work on TV shows
Yeah,
after because you start. That's what I started on, and it was like always like um, overnight stuff, And when I was
yeah.
running foam latex at Optic, I just told this story the other day. It was really funny. It was on first season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and uh, I, I don't know if they just cast the guy or what, but they needed an appliance the next day, so they made one, and it's molded, and it's a stone mold, of course, and has to be run that night, and you got to have that run has to come out. So fucking stone mold,
And it's all wet still. It's got all that
yeah, it's all
moisture
wet
in it.
And I had cleaned it out with Delimonene. Remember that citrusy sort of solvent?
Limonene. Yeah.
And so it was funny. I ran and I think I went back at like 2 in the morning, and maybe it was due at 5 in the morning or something. It's like, this has to work. And I pulled it out, and it miraculously did not steam collapse, but it
Wow.
smelled like oranges. I had also put like a little orange tint in there. So it's like this orange Buffy the Vampire Slayer that went on. So I never saw it, but that was
Oh,
kind of
that's
funny. But
hilarious.
anyway, I was just so sick of TV and just I can't do that anymore, man.
Yeah.
But one of the times Rick's sort of had to shut down, and I went and worked for Tom Berman. He did a lot of television,
Hmm.
and it was all kind of rushed like that. It was
Yeah.
fun, kind of, because
Mm-hmm.
it's like old
Up to a
school
point.
shot.
Yeah. It's kind of fun throwing stuff together and making it work with these
Yeah,
extreme limitations. But I
just like
remember,
as I got older, it's harder.
yeah, it gets less. Yeah, loses its charm after a while. I remember Mitch telling me about stuff. He said at Canums, when he was working at Canums, they used to do stuff that was like they were painting appliances with the FedEx guys standing there waiting.
Oh yeah.
It's like right to the very end, and it's like,
That stuff didn't stop.
yeah,
Stuff like that happened at God, what show was that? I can't remember the name of the shop. I won't say it because they're still in business, but stuff like that still happens.
yeah,
Uh, I think once we entered the full digital age, it's like, you know, delete means start over in real life.
right.
Undo
There's
isn't
no
that
undo. Yeah,
easy.
there's no undo in practical effects.
Yeah, things definitely got sped up, and I think the understanding was lost of
Oh yeah,
reality.
definitely.
Mm. Can't remember any good effect stories. Anything happened when we were there? Nothing happened when we were.
There was a lot of funny, funny Mitch stories. I can't. I mean, there were so many of them. Most of them are like not really appropriate to tell publicly.
There's some I was not going to bring up, but
But yeah, there's a lot of. Um, there's a lot. I have a lot of good stories that I can't really talk about because they're just a little too far.
yeah, too
Um,
far. Yeah,
or
being
not
like
for general consumption, I guess. Um, yeah, no, it was great. It was a blast though working there. He made
yeah,
he made it
all
really
these
fun.
stories are coming back. about not at Rick's, but at other places, and like, oh yeah, that we shouldn't talk about that. Talk about
Yeah,
that.
there was a lot of like bad stuff that I remember happening too to like women and stuff back in
Yeah.
the 80s on the blob when it was, stuff that was just like, I think I've talked about it before, but just stuff that was like not cool at all, and I never thought that stuff was cool, and I was always like the weirdo for
Hmm.
like I was being prudish or something when they were doing shit, and it was like
Hmm.
now they're all now fuck those people.
Yeah. Well, it's for the best, I guess. That is a
Yeah,
difference about stop motion. There are a lot. I mean, I don't know what effects is like now because
I don't either. I
when
think
I
there's
wrap
more women in it though. I think there's more women
right,
now.
I think Face Off came along and sort of opened up the door to interest.
Yeah,
But there's definitely a lot of women in stop motion. Uh, it's a sort of a more structured business than
really. I guess you have to if you're doing stop motion stuff. You have to be. There's
yeah,
no
it's a
spontaneous
longer
anything.
period
Yeah,
and it has to be planned out and
yeah, that makes sense.
so it's a little different. And it was weird coming from a business where like, hey Chris, can you go do this? To all right, here it is. We have this, approval stage and there's a decompression time because you're so used to working so quickly in live action.
Right,
Stop motion is, it's a long,
like years sometimes, right?
yeah, like a film could be a year and a half. I mean, Pinocchio was like double that because of the pandemic. And
Right.
it got it 3 years. I'm like, oh God, this is a long time. The longest I've ever been on a job,
Wow.
It's always because I was a teenager, and it's job to job to job to job to.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I think, yeah, Rick Baker's was the longest stint I would have, But there's like times when go off and work at other shops and stuff.
Rick's shop was more the most where you had the most time to kind of. It wasn't as rushed, except on occasions, but
Yeah.
generally,
Well, he could get it.
yeah, yeah.
Had to,
That's what was so. One of the great things about it is like there was,
took a lot of pressure off, that's for sure.
yeah, and yeah. I remember the first, I don't know, weeks or months on Haunted Mansion, where it's just like, okay, they're not there. We're waiting for them to start, and so just make a bunch of maquettes of whatever you
Make a
want
bunch of
that you
stuff.
think that will be cool for Haunted Mansion. It was like, okay, anything, or and then we got to go to Disney and go in the vaults and look through all the original like
Oh wow.
photo copies of all the or color copies of all the original artwork
The
for Haunted
designs.
Mansion
Yeah.
and designs, and just kind of look at everything. And we actually we checked them out, so we had like the original
Like
like
sculptures?
hat no the like the illustrations to design the Haunted Mansion
Oh,
with.
Hatbox Ghost, what you're
Yeah,
gonna
the
say.
Hatbox Ghost. They had it was like color copies, but you could see all that, and it was just like, okay, pick whatever and just sculpt it, and it was like it was so much fun where you just
They did like all of them, right? I remember one day, like this
eh,
guy came in and he's all in character and you're going to every department and it's Rick in makeup. I didn't know who it was at first.
oh really?
He stayed in character the whole time,
Yeah.
whole costume, everything. It was like, it was a very fun environment.
Yeah, it was so great.
Uh,
It was great.
but I wasn't one of the ghosts in it. Well, I guess I was only for that test, but
Trust me,
I was sparkly.
you didn't want to be.
Sparkles the ghost.
Well, I should let you go because I'm already 15 minutes past when
Oh
I
shit.
said I would keep you. It's already
Sorry.
coming. No, it's I got.
Sorry, Atari.
I appreciate you. If you're listening to this, you just missed Chris Walker wearing a pair of sharp teeth
Oh,
because
we have
we
both.
have video and audio. Although I'm trying to kind of focus it more on YouTube, but a lot of
Yeah,
people
because
still do the audio
what
only.
does this sound like?
Yeah, you're missing the cool Michael Jackson Aurora Monster Model kit.
Yeah, I'm gonna redo the hair because I didn't really know how to do the hair at that time. But
Yeah, that stuff's amazing. I think it's so cool you're doing that.
Yeah, you should get into it. I
I
bet you
know. I want
really
to.
excel at that.
I know. I got to do it. I just got to make the time for it.
The way I know we're signing off, but the way I have like 50 different projects in ZBrush. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'll jump to this one. I'm interested in this one now. I'll jump to that
Yeah.
one. Am I ever gonna finish one of these? I don't know. I'm
Then,
doing Vincent Price right now from
oh, cool.
Edward Scissorhands, where he's all old and stuff.
Yeah, cool. I did. That's the next step for me is I need to get back into ZBrush and relearn it. Just spend a week, do tutorials, relearn ZBrush. Because I was really good at it by the time I left Spectral, but it was like I had just learned it over the a couple of years,
Yeah.
and I was doing slee stacks at the end on top of scans of the actors.
Oh wow. Oh, so
Yeah,
those were sculpted digitally. Those.
they were sculpted. I think they were sculpted. Yeah, I sculpted them digitally, and then I think they were printed, and then they were sculpted on top of the print or something,
Oh
or they
wow.
used the print as reference or something. It wasn't that straightforward, or it was just like
Why do they do it that way?
I don't remember. I
Oh,
don't remember. It was still, people weren't printing 3D printing molds and stuff back then. It was still pretty new.
well, yeah. I mean, Kazu's gotten really good at that one. Is
Yeah, amazing. And then
yeah.
Legacy, I think, doesn't even have a mold department anymore, or not a
Is that right?
major. That's what I heard is they 3D print all their molds.
Wow. The
Yeah.
large molds, you can only go so far with them, right? I mean,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
but the-
True.
unless you're
True.
doing pieces, but wow, things have changed.
Well, you're gonna I'm definitely gonna ask you to come on again sometime because I feel like we are just starting to get the shake the memory loose of all the good times
I
and
think it got loose and fell out. Find it again. The good times, right? Gosh, yeah. Yeah, if I had more notice, I probably would have tried to do
yeah, I appreciate you coming on too at such short notice, but
anything for my pal.
it was great to talk to you. Super
Yeah.
fun. Um, and so you've got links. Will you have links to those? You can send me links to all that stuff that I could put in the
Yeah, I have one of them
description.
already on my website, but yeah, I'll send you those links.
What's your website?
Zombienose.com
All right, zombienose.com, and that's
or walkerrunproductions.com is my other company.
walkorrunproductions.com. I'll put all your links. That's after we get off. I want you to send me all the
I want to
links you
hear you
want.
type them. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. It was great. Don't hang up once I stop recording. And then the last thing that you have to do is say goodbye to the audience somehow.
Oh yeah, gosh, I don't have a mask ready.
Yeah. How about those teeth?
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for listening.